Well, hello everyone and welcome back to another video of the F1 2021 Driver Rumour with Ferrari, episode number 75 today, the Italian Grand Prix of Season 5, round number 11. If you missed the previous episode of Belgium, uploaded last week, recommend you go and check that out. Of course, subscribe if you're new to the channel, see plenty more F1 2021 and F1 22 Driver Rumour videos. Coming into this one then, Mercedes have increased their advantage over us in terms of R&D. The only other team apart from them upgrading is Haas. So we'll have to wait and see what both Mercedes and Haas can do. Whether Haas will still be occupying 19th and 20th places, probably, as well. We'll see what we can do, of course, because we're looking for a good result in front of the TIFOSI. We've not been off the podium so far in the two races we've driven for the Scuderia. At Silverstone and Belgium, which are, for me, on this year's game, some of the worst tracks on this game. We're in P4, so we're actually having a good qualifying performance as well. So pretty much guaranteed the second row. Whether or not we can beat the Red Bulls, that is the problem, because they're about 5/10 faster on my opening lap, but we are going through the second sector, a little bit wide there as well, so that's not really ideal there. We are 3/10 up on our previous best time, but I think we need almost 4.5 tenths to make it past Stroll, who is on pole as well. Gaining time though down into this middle sector there. We'll see what we can do. Slightly up on Verstappen as well, but then of course coming through Ascari, the AI gets so good traction out of that corner, it's insane. No one ever will be able to match the AI. No matter how good you are, whether you're an esports player or a noob, you will never be able to match the AI acceleration out of Ascari. Up to the line then, we are 4/10 up on our previous best time, and as we cross the line, let's see what it is.
Fantastic, you've got pole.
It's pole position by the narrowest of margins, 11,000th of a second over Stroll, 28,000th of a second over Max Verstappen. So the Tifosi will definitely be happy with that. Sainz only P7, Hamilton P9 actually as well, so not good for him. But second pole of the season, second pole of this, we've doubled from F1 2020, so we'll see what we can do. Time for the race.
We're back in Italy once again for another round of the Formula One World Championship. And what a great race is in store for us today here at the oldest circuit on the calendar. Monza hosted its first race all the way back in 1922, with top speeds up to 215 miles per hour and an average lap speed of around 155 miles per hour. Monza's reputation as one of the fastest circuits in the sport is well earned. We have 11 corners on this 3.6-mile track, with the best overtaking chance coming into the heavy braking zone of the Turn 1 chicane. Anthony Davidson joins me once again in the commentary box, and it's fantastic to have you with us here today. But I'm curious, as a man with experience out on the track, how do you stop those pre-race nerves from becoming overwhelming when you're lining up on the grid?
Well, from the moment qualifying's over, you start to feel the adrenaline in your body build up and the buzz in your stomach as you anticipate the run down into Turn 1. It's all a bit like going into battle, and the unknown situation makes you nervous. Those pre-race nerves are a good thing. The day you don't have them means that you don't care anymore. And of course, you have to make sure that all the procedures are second nature to you, so that they're not taking up too much of your capacity.
It's time to take a look at our starting grid for today's race. It's Ferrari in pole position then, and it's Lance Stroll in P2. Considering the rest of the grid, we have Verstappen, Norris, Pierre Gasly and Ricciardo, Sainz, Tsunoda, Hamilton and Callum Islet, Fernando Alonso, Russell, Esteban Ocon and Perez, Vettel, Joe, Nicholas Latifi and Mick Schumacher, Mazepin and Christian Lundgaard. And with lights out just moments away, it's time to go down to the track.
Okay, this is the team's home race. We're all relying on you to impress today.
Well, I'd like to think I've impressed already by getting pole position in front of the home fans, but of course we'd like to turn that into win. Only twice have I not ever managed to win from pole position on the 4 that we managed in career mode, so you know, the 50% return's not that bad. But Viper Lights then, away we go, and it's a mediocre start. Both Red Bulls streaming past of Verstappen and Stroll. We're going to get Verstappen. We'll Stroll back Verstappen there, the lead Red Bull, but we pushed him wide. That's going to allow Stroll to get back in front of Verstappen, which of course is crucial in our help. Our help to try and help out Carlos Sainz as well. We've got a DRS failure, which is annoying because I can't play the tactical card by falling behind Stroll, leaving him as a sitting duck there. But of course, that might not necessarily be the best news for Sainz, because of course that would allow Verstappen to get in front as well, as we saw in the likes of Baku, as Sainz has had a terrible start and is down to P10. Moving to lap 3 onto lap 4, Stroll's getting very close. His DRS is working. We're squeezing him to the inside as well there. We're going to try and keep the outside there, give him a bit of room, tighten the corner into that corner, but of course we are through, and that's going to allow Max Verstappen to have a go at his own teammate, of course. Daddy Stroll, of course, owns that Red Bull team now in this career mode of ours, isn't particularly going to be happy with if Verstappen goes past. We've been offered a chance to change our strategy. We're not going to do that. We force Stroll to the inside there through Ascari, as well as we get a bit nervous on the curb. So we ride on board then with Max Verstappen, getting replay, and you know, he of course the typical AI move doesn't actually get that. I thought it'd get that because you know they get squeezed to the inside there of Ascari, and then the AI, you know, runs behind them, either driving to the back of them because they do 5 miles an hour. We've not had a great run out of Ascari in lap number 5. That's going to allow Lance Stroll another round down to Parabolica. We force him to the outside, but then we squeeze him out on the exit of Parabolica up to the line as well. But this move isn't going to be over yet, because of course Stroll's going to have DRS. Although he doesn't have DRS. Maybe we had DRS at the detection, but of course ours has still failed. Verstappen now is behind us as well. We've been tapped by both Red Bulls. It'd be nice if we could have a friendly face there of Norris or even Sainz or any of the McLarens, but Sainz is still struggling, and the 2 Red Bulls of course are right there. In actual fact, Verstappen's going to have a go at a little bit of contact there as well between Stroll and Verstappen there, and well, we move later into the lap. In actual fact, that Stroll has now lost DRS to me, but they're in squabbling, and Stroll is now down to P3. And in actual fact, Stroll, I think he's got damage now from Verstappen as well, when they banged something, or he might have floor damage, I think, because he's now fallen behind Lando Norris, and he's looking likely to fall behind Pierre Gasly very soon as well. Now we take this time to come into the pits. We've got a little bit of a gap, so you know, a little bit of an earlier pit stop, but nevertheless this is a good time to come in. No one else is going to be in the pits with us as well. We've got a good gap as well, so we're not really going to, we're in clear air, so we're just going to press on, as there's Gasly past Stroll now, and Stroll's race is turned miserable as well. Ricciardo, even Ricciardo's looking to get past Stroll now. We jump to lap 8 now when everyone else is coming in as well, and that blue dot there is Max Verstappen. Stroll, I don't think, he's way down the order now, as well as been overtaken by literally everybody now as well, so he's way down outside the top 10, I think, at this moment. As Lando Norris, is out of the race, he's slowing down, and there is the barbecue smoke that we all knew was coming. Such a shame for Norris, especially the fact that Mercedes' second fastest team is looking like to get a podium at the very least with Stroll's demise, but it's not going to be. Hamilton is now flying the sole flag as Tsunoda has rear-ended Ilott and has lost his front wing. That's the typical move at Ascari that the AI can do. Take a look at Carlos Sainz then. He's getting past Fernando Alonso, so Sainz is a man to come back in the second half of the race. The medium's doing a lot better for Sainz. He's just come back out behind Esteban Ocon as well. This is very late in the race. Ocon was the last to pit to that hard tyre, unfortunately. But Sainz is going to make a lovely move around the outside of Parabolica as well. Nice little move there from Sainz to get up into P6 as well. Back to our POV then. So Verstappen has been closing, but with his fight from Stroll, pretty much has cost him a chance to close that gap. He's only closing in now. Down to Parabolica though, he's got a great run out of Ascari. Look at that, he's taken 3/10 out of us from the run from Ascari to Parabolica. I'm on wide through Parabolica. I'm on the AstroTurf. We slipped off the AstroTurf. He's going to be so close up to the line. We've just, by the narrowest of margins, won that race. That was too close to call. Not quite a photo finish, as well as you'll see. But then I'll show you the replay of this now. I did actually try to find the line, but there isn't actually a finish line. So I don't know where it's gone. But yeah, you saw how much that affected on that AstroTurf there. There's the DRS line. We were ahead on that DRS line.
Ferrari are at it again. An excellent performance at today's Grand Prix. And they're certainly a team that know what they're doing out there.
And it's definitely nice to be back on that top step of the podium as well. It has been a little bit of a while, not only like over half the season. So, it is first race win for Ferrari on home soil, in front of the Tifosi as well. I will definitely take that. All of the hard work, of course, done in qualifying as well, getting that second pole position of the season, and of course this career mode. In terms of the Drivers' Championship, Gasly jumped Sainz by 1 point, but Verstappen still has a comfortable lead, really. Stroll, we've caught up to Stroll with Tsunoda struggling thanks to his teammate there, and we've now jumped to P5. We've got
great work out there today.
constructors.
Let's have your thoughts. What do you think made the difference between this weekend and last weekend?
Well, it's the it's the team's home Grand Prix. We wanted to perform in front of the Tifosi, and I think we have.
How do you think this team will be feeling after that result?
McLaren will be happy, but their car's maxed out, so there's not a lot they can do really. It's a shame that not all the teams have the same potential in the R&D tree.
Great. Well, that's everything.
So there we go, another race done. Only 5 remaining now in this career mode, which will take us nicely up to the launch of F1 22. The next episode should be either Thursday or Friday, depending on what game news comes out as well. Singapore, good track for me. Not entirely sure what we can do there though. Qualifying wise hasn't always been my strong suit around there, but race pace is really good, and we should be able to come back through the field like we usually do. And then of course we've got USA, which a little bit of an unknown, not gonna lie, not been there for a couple of seasons. And the Mexico Brazil should be good, depending on where the team is though. Sainz needs to get back up there because he hasn't had a podium since we joined the team as well, so he needs to race win. He hasn't had a race win since Monaco. If he wants to win this championship, he needs to start winning races again as well. And then obviously Australia is the final race as well, on the final race on the old layout as well. So yes, that's where I'm going to leave it today's video. If you have enjoyed, then leave a like, subscribe to the channel if you're new. See plenty more F1 2021 and F1 22 driver career mode videos as when they come out. Until the next video, then I'll see you next time. Take care, thanks so much for watching, enjoy your day, and bye.